string of crimes.
Plus, a man is behind bars for an alleged shooting of a man while dove hunting, but the judge let him go. Hear why the suspect is free as a bird.
And the September primary is over, but voter turnout left something to be desired. See what the Yuma County officials say is the cause and their plan to get the numbers up for the general election. Today is Wednesday, September 10th. Sunrise starts right now.
Live from KYMA Studios, this is News 11 Sunrise, your #1 source for news in the Desert Southwest.
Well, good morning, Desert Southwest.
Thank you so much for joining us here on Sunrise today. So far, so good. No complaints.
How about that weather yesterday, Joey?
I know. I was excited. I don't know about you. Did you get any of that rain, Kelly?
I did, actually. I was here. I was at work, and it rained really hard. Irene and I tried to go outside and get some video, and it was like the rain was pushing us back in. So.
It rained hard in most areas. Some areas, like down towards like the Avenue C area and out there, didn't see as much as what we saw, but over towards 32nd Street, the airport, 24th Street. I mean, they got it. They got it good. So it was just a little bit of rain. It wasn't like what they saw in Phoenix, but it was something.
Yeah, I'm a little excited though. I'm sorry, just switching gears. My eye just caught something else about what we have maybe for our guest today.
Oh, you see it over there?
Yeah.
She's talking about.
I won't ruin the surprise just yet, but I just looked over and I was like, that looks interesting.
It has to deal with grapes when you squish them. Well, let's go outside and check out what's going on outside. You remember a 66-year-old man who allegedly shot another man while dove hunting may be flying free tonight.
News 11's Molly Lang is live in the studio to tell us why the judge let Carl Coates go back home to California.
That's right, Kelly. Yeah, Coates was released yesterday due to no complaints being filed against him. Here's what happened when he appeared in court. Carl Coates was in San Luis Justice Court Tuesday facing charges against him. But rather than spending any more time behind bars, Coates is flying free.
Is it okay that I leave the state of Arizona and I'll be notified at home to come back?
Well, because no charges have been filed against you, you are free at this time.
The case is still under investigation and he is able to return home. Coates was arrested Friday for aggravated assault after dove hunting ended in violence. Officials with the Yuma County Sheriff's Office previously stated
people or vehicles getting peppered during dove season, so that's not uncommon.
YCSO responded to the call around 6 p.m. Friday evening on County 11th Street and Levy Road, where a man had multiple gunshot wounds. YCSO said Coates pointed his shotgun at another man and pulled the trigger. The victim was transported to YRMC for non-life-threatening injuries. Coates had fled the scene, and with the help of Border Patrol agents, he was found. The 66-year-old suspect was arrested and booked for aggravated assault. If the county files complaints against Coates, he will be summoned back to court. Well, if you have any information concerning this investigation, you can call the Yuma County Sheriff's Office. Officials say that they will continue the investigation. Back to you, Joey.
Thank you, Molly.
Good morning, everyone.
Thank you so much for joining us here on Sunrise this morning, and cheese and wine and
there's not a better way to start
I know,
the day.
I was just sitting over here like this, like
I know, I should have
wishing I was over there.
Come over and we could have shared the glass.
I would have like showed you how to do it properly, like spinning it.
Look down. Right, that's the proper way to do it. Gargle it a little bit beforehand, and then you go ahead.
Whatever. The proper way is just down it.
I know, and that's what I said. Maybe it's a good idea. I will probably go over and do the wine tasting so that I know how to do it properly. Because, like I said, I just know what I like. And I drink it. I don't care what it goes with. I just drink it.
Well, everybody always complains about not having anything to do in Yuma. Well, go with a little bit of elegance. The Hills has done a great job revamping their restaurant out there. So go out there and check it out. See what they have. And, their tamale burger is the best in town.
Yeah, and Ashley was always also saying there's also a price list where if you want to add on top of that, there's more prices where you can try out other wines as well.
Yeah, well, there's a reason why there's so many different wines and why there's wine connoisseurs. Like, this is something that I would probably go to get educated on what I'm drinking.
Okay.
Well, I'm educated when I read that label. White? All right, I'll take it.
Yeah. Give me something else. Let's go outside and check out what's going on outside.
Welcome back. In a long-standing tradition, Broadway theaters remember Joan Rivers. Shortly before curtain time, theaters on Broadway dimmed their lights Tuesday in honor of Rivers. Although she's best known as a comedian, Joan Rivers was also an actress. The Broadway League initially decided that Joan Rivers did not meet the criteria for dimming the lights. Although Joan Rivers has appeared on Broadway in the 70s, 80s, and 90s and was nominated for a Tony Award for Best Actress in a play in 1994 for the title role in Sally Marr and Her Escorts. The group changed its mind after several theater owners decided to do it on their own. And a controversial figure is returning to daytime TV, and a musical icon is postponing her return to the stage. Jeremy Roth has those stories and more in today's Hollywood Minute.
7 years after her now viral fight with co-host Elizabeth Hasselbeck, Rosie O'Donnell is heading back to The View. Variety reports the comedian signed a 1-year contract to rejoin the talk show. She'll be back on set Monday for the 18th season premiere. Hasselbeck exited the show last year. Katie Sagal has a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. The actress was honored Tuesday for her decades-long career. Former Married with Children co-stars and current Sons of Anarchy co-stars were in attendance. The ceremony coincided with the 7th and final season premiere of Sons of Anarchy. And an illness is forcing Cher to postpone part of her Dressed to Kill tour this week. Doctors diagnosed the singer with a viral infection and ordered full bed rest for several days. She was due to start the second leg of the tour Thursday, but has rescheduled her first 2 shows. Cher is expected to be back on stage Monday night in Allentown, Pennsylvania. For Hollywood Minute, I'm Jeremy Roth.
Well, U2 is out with their first album in 5 years, and you can get it for free. The band made the surprise announcement after performing at Apple's product reveal Tuesday in California. Well, that's all we have for entertainment. We'll be back with weather after the break.
News 11's Molly Lang is live in the studio with a Making a Difference report.
Thanks, Joey. Yeah, on Wednesday, I met with CJ and his family in Brawley on the 3rd day of their ride. CJ shows us that you can make a difference at any age. 9-year-old CJ Burford is biking across America for the National Children's Cancer Society.
My grandma had cancer, and I was alive when she had cancer, so that really impacted me, and I just couldn't imagine a kid going through it.
In 2013, CJ took over a nonprofit organization which he called Love FAR.
The reason it's Love FAR is the FAR stands for a reason, and he had already been riding for a reason.
CJ has raised a total of $20,000 for the rides he's completed, which included a ride for a missionary clinic in Kenya, the Ronald McDonald House, Samaritan's Purse Turn on the Tap Water Project, and the Samaritan's Purse Children's Heart Project.
Basically, he started saying he wanted to do all the way across America, and we as a family were like, no, you're too little, forget it. And he just kept on and kept on and kept on, and he was so persistent, and he kept saying, this is what God called me to do. How do you not let him try it?
CJ is inspired to ride his bike for a reason.
When I was 5, I heard a song called Whatever You Do by Stephen Curtis Chapman, and it was basically saying Colossians 3:23, which is my favorite Bible verse. Whatever you do for the glory of God and not man. So you could say I'm doing this for man, but I'm ultimately doing it for the glory of God.
Burford family made it safely to Oceanside, where he dipped his bicycle wheel in the ocean to symbolize the start of the ride. And in just 3 days, CJ has raised $3,000.
Most of this stuff came from sponsors and people donating stuff.
By November 20th, CJ hopes to reach St. Augustine, Florida, and have reached his goal of $100,000.
Thank you!
Well, you can follow CJ's progress along the way and his video blogs at lovefar.org. And the best way to contact him is emailing info@lovefar.org. Back to you, Kelly.
All right, thanks, Molly.
It starts in about 2 minutes.
Live from KYMA Studios, this is News 11 Sunrise, your #1 source for news in the Desert Southwest.
Good morning, Desert Southwest.
That was a very long 2 minutes.
I know. I thought you were counting your first weather before we got into the story.
I meant 20 seconds. That's what I meant to say.
No. I had you. I was thinking when we get into stories about 2 minutes.
That's when it starts, yeah.
Yes.
It starts when weather starts, okay?
Fine with me. I'm sure that's what they'd like to see. They'd like to see the weather when the weather starts. So, of course, that's when sunrise starts.
It depends. You know, it kind of varies right now. The sun's up right now, right?
I haven't checked.
So it's around like
coming up.
Yeah, well, sunrise is like really when it peaks up. So around 5:50ish right now is where it's at, and then you know, as we get into winter, it's going to be still dark when we get in here. So it's going to be chilly,
and dark
cold.
After the show,
that's awesome.
Yeah, when I go out for a story, it's still dark
and chilly.
And then
outside.
I feel like I should still be in the bed because when I left it was dark. After the show, it's dark. I'm leaving for my story, it's dark, and I'm like, why am I awake?
I know.
Well, it's going to be dark this weekend. Some storms coming through the southwest. Let's get out there and check out what's going on as we're